Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to a chapter a day to keep the devil at bay, where I'll read a chapter of the Bible each day from three different versions of the Bible, from the King James Version, the New International Version, as well as the New Living Translation. I do this so that I could be able to gain more knowledge of the Bible and understanding of the Bible. And I figure if I'm going to be doing it regardless, I might as well record myself doing it so that I can be able to share out to other people out there what I have learned, or that they might be able to learn from me reading in the place of them if they don't have the different versions to be able to read from themselves, or they don't have the time or the ability to be able to read. Then like because of dyslexia or illiteracy or whatever the case may be, that they can at least be able to hear the word being delivered to them. And I'm not going to put a spin on it or try to accentuate certain aspects of it to try to make a certain point come across. I'm just delivering to you the word. I will back up certain things with historical records of certain things as I see fit, to be able to try to back up or to reinforce the fact that the Bible is true and real, that it is a historical record of the Israeli people, and the historical record of Christianity, of the various covenants that were formed between God and the different people that He chose to form covenants with, that led to the deliverance of the Messiah to us, to be able to live a life among us, to die for us so that we might be saved if only we believe in Him and repent, and to live a life where we spread the word of Him and to spread the morals and everything that are taught in this Bible. Anyway, this will be my second time actually recording this one, so this will be, when I get done with this particular one, it'll be 6 times that I've read this same chapter from 3 different versions, so it'll be 3 times each day. Either way, I had messed up last time whenever I was setting the thing up to play. I had the music playing in the background and I could hear it, but I didn't have it selected to capture the audio on the OBS because I had tried to use OBS to be able to edit a video I did yesterday on about abortion, and I couldn't figure out how to be able to get it to work appropriately for what it was that I was trying to do, so I gave up on that, and I forgot to put all the settings back to the way that they normally were for whenever I'm doing this or whenever I'm playing video games. Anyhow, I'm going to start off with chapter 19 in Genesis in the King James Version. Please bear with me. This wasn't easy the first time. It's only going to be slightly easier the second time, most likely. Says, and there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground, and he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they laid down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house around, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know him. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut to the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth, and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, O, not so, my lord. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast shewed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me, and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. O, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for thee which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the city, and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, and he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when Abraham destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. And Lot went up out of Zoar, and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us, after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in, and lay with her father, and he pursued perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. And the firstborn bore a son, and called him Moab. And the same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. And that's it for chapter 19 in the King James Version. That's chapter 19, the New International Version, which is a lot easier to read than that. Still the same message, but that one right there is just harder to understand. It's harder to decipher. I mean, like, I know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, and so, like, it helps out a lot to the fact that I know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. But if somebody doesn't know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, that might be really difficult for them to even understand what exactly it is that happened. Anyhow, Genesis 19, New International Version. The two angels arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gateway of the city. When he saw them, he got up to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. My lords, he said, please turn aside to your servant's house. You can wash your feet and spend the night, and then go on your way early in the morning. No, they answered, we will spend the night in the square. But he insisted so strongly that they did go with him and entered his house. He prepared a meal for them, baking bread without yeast, and they ate. Before they had gone to bed, all the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. They called to Lot, where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them. Lot went outside to meet them and shut the door behind him and said, No, my friends, don't do this wicked thing. Look, I have 2 daughters who have never slept with a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you like with them. But don't do anything to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof. Get out of our way, they replied. And they said, This fellow came here as an alien, and now he wants to play the judge. We'll treat you worse than them. They kept bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. But the man inside reached out and pulled Lot back into the house and shut the door. Then they struck the men who were at the door of the house, young and old, with blindness, so that they could not find the door. The 2 men said to Lot, Do you have anyone else here, sons-in-law, sons or daughters, or anyone else in the city who belongs to you? Get them out of here, because we are going to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against its people is so great that he has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who were pledged to marry his daughters. He said, Hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city. But his sons-in-law thought he was joking. That's a lot better. I can hear now. With the coming of dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, Hurry, take your wife and your daughters who are here, or you will be swept away. When the city is punished, or you'll be swept away when the city is punished. When he hesitated, the men grasped his hand and the hands of his wife and his 2 daughters, and led them safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them. As soon as they had brought them out, one of them said, Flee for your lives, don't look back, and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away. But Lot said to them, No, my lords, please, your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have shown great kindness to me in sparing my life. But I can't flee to the mountains. This disaster will overtake me, and I'll die. Look, here is a town near enough to run to, and it is small. Let me flee to it. It is very small, isn't it? Then my life will be spared. He said to him, Very well, I will grant this request too. I will not overthrow the town you speak of, but flee there quickly, because I cannot do anything until you reach it. That is why the town is called Zoar. By the time Lot reached Zoar, the sun had risen over the land. Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens. Thus he overthrew those cities and the entire plain, including all those living in the cities and also the vegetation in the land. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah, toward all the land of the plain, and he saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace. So when God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham, and he brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot had lived. Lot and his daughters. Lot and his 2 daughters left Zoar and settled in the mountains, for he was afraid to stay in Zoar. He and his 2 daughters lived in a cave. One day the older daughter said to the younger, "Our father is old, and there is no man around here to lie with us, as in the custom all over the earth. Let's get our father to drink wine, and then lie with him, and preserve our family line through our father." That night they got their father to drink wine, and the older daughter went in and lay with him. He was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. The next day the older daughter said to the younger, "Last night I lay with my father. Let's get him to drink wine again tonight, and you go in and lie with him, so we can preserve our family line through our father." So they got their father to drink wine that night also, and the younger daughter went and lay with him again. He was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. So both of Lot's daughters became pregnant by their father. The older daughter had a son, and she named him Moab. He is the father of the Moabites of today. The younger daughter also had a son, and she named him Ben-Ami. He is the father of the Ammonites of today. That's it for Genesis chapter 19, the New International Version. And now Genesis 19, the New Living Translation. Let me grab something to drink real quick. My coffee. It's a big cup. It says Genesis 19, the New Living Translation. Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed. That evening the 2 angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom. Lot was sitting there, and when he saw them, he stood up to meet them. Then he welcomed them and bowed with his face to the ground. "My lords," he said, "come to my home to wash your feet and be my guests for the night. You may get up early in the morning and be on your way again." "Oh no," they replied. "We will spend the night out here in the city square." But Lot insisted, so at last they went home with him. Lot prepared a feast for them, complete with fresh bread made without yeast, and they ate. But before they retired for the night, all of the men of Sodom, young and old, came from all over the city and surrounded the house. They shouted to Lot, "Where are the men who came to spend the night with you? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them." So Lot stepped outside to talk to them, shutting the door behind him. "Please, my brothers," he begged, "don't do such a wicked thing. Look, I have 2 virgin daughters. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do with them as you wish. But please, leave these men alone, for they are my guests and are under my protection." "Stand back," they shouted. "This fellow came to town as an outsider, and now he's acting like our judge. We'll treat you far worse than those other men." And they lunged toward Lot to break down the door. But the 2 angels reached out, pulled Lot into the house, and bolted the door. Then they blinded all the men, young and old, who were at the door of the house. So they gave up trying to get inside. Meanwhile, the angels questioned Lot. "Do you have any other relatives here in the city?" they asked. "Get them out of this place, your sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone else, for we are about to destroy the city completely. The outcry against this place is so great that it has reached the Lord, and he has sent us to destroy it." So Lot rushed out to tell his daughter's fiancés, "Quick, get out of the city. The Lord is about to destroy it." But the young men thought he was only joking. At dawn the next morning, the angels became insistent. "Hurry," they said to Lot. "Take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here. Get out right now, or you will be swept away in the destruction of the city." When Lot still hesitated, the angels seized his hand and the hands of his wife and 2 daughters and rushed them to safety outside the city of the Lord, outside the city, for the Lord was merciful. When they were safely out of the city, one of the angels ordered, "Run for your lives, and don't look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the mountains, or you will be swept away." "Oh, no, my lord," Lot begged. "You have been so gracious to me and saved my life, and you have shown such kindness. But I cannot go to the mountains. Disaster would catch up to me there. I would soon die. See, there is a small village nearby. Please let me go there instead. Don't you see how small it is? Then my life will be saved." "All right," the angel said. "I will grant your request. I will not destroy the little village. But hurry, escape to it, for I can do nothing until you arrive there." This explains why that village is known as Zoar, which means little place. Lot reached the village just as the sun was rising over the horizon. Then the Lord rained down fire and burning sulfur from the sky of on Sodom and Gomorrah. He utterly destroyed them, along with the other cities and villages of the plain, wiping out all the people and every bit of vegetation. But Lot's wife looked back as she was following behind, and she turned into a pillar of salt. Abraham got up early that morning and hurried out to the place where he had stood in the Lord's presence. He looked out across the plain towards Sodom and Gomorrah and watched as columns of smoke arose from the cities like smoke from a furnace. But God had listened to Abraham's request and kept Lot safe, removing him from the disaster that engulfed the cities on the plain. Lot and his daughters. Afterward, Lot left Zoar because he was afraid of the people there, and he went to live in a cave in the mountains with his 2 daughters. One day, the older daughter said to her sister, "There are no men left anywhere in this entire area, so we can get married like everyone else, and our father will soon be too old to have children. Come, let's get him drunk with wine, then we will have sex with him. That way we will preserve our family line through our father." So that night they got him drunk with wine, and the older daughter went in and had intercourse with her father. He was unaware of her lying down or getting up again. The next morning the older daughter said to the younger sister, "I had sex with our father last night. Let's get him drunk with wine again tonight, and you go in and have sex with him. That way we will preserve our family line through our father." So that night they got him drunk with wine again, and the younger daughter went in and had intercourse with him. As before, he was unaware of her lying down or getting up again. As a result, both of Lot's daughters became pregnant by their own father. When the older daughter gave birth to a son, she named him Moab. He became the ancestor of the nations known as the Moabites. When the younger daughter gave birth to a son, she named him Ben-Ami. He became the ancestor of the nation known as the Ammonites. And there you have it for Genesis chapter 19 of the New Living Translation. And just want to point out that they say that they found evidence of there being craters on the plains there where Sodom and Gomorrah used to be. It shows that there was indeed debris which fell from the skies and destroyed the place. There's different videos on it on YouTube that you might want to check out. I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't really amount to much, really, that part of it. But I mean, it's good, I suppose, for us to be able to strengthen our faith by seeing that everything everything in the Bible is true, and that that way there's less cause for you to doubt other things that are in there also. But I mean, the main thing I'm saying is that you see that all these different things that you think might be hard to believe and everything, if you see the evidence that they have found of certain things, like whenever the Israelites escaped from Egypt and various other things. I'll get to those points whenever we get to those chapters. But the evidence of there having been a place called Sodom and Gomorrah that was destroyed by cometary or meteorite debris or whatever that came from the heavens and destroyed the place. And you know that the people were warned ahead of time, as is written here, that it was going to happen, and they were able to escape because of them being protected by God and His angels. Then it strengthens your faith that the other things that are in here are true also. That God, in fact, did send His Son, Jesus Christ, to live and die for us so that we could be saved. I mean, just reading this helps to be able to increase our faith, is all I'm saying. And that we should always remember to read our Bible every day, a chapter a day at least, as was encouraged to me to do by Melanie Mack of Bible Time with Melanie Mack. She says, read your Bible every day. And so I read my Bible every day now. And why not record it? Maybe I could help someone else. Anyhow, go check out her channel sometime. It's a really good channel. She does a lot better at reading all this stuff than I do. And she read the entire Bible all the way through. It's on her channel, on her playlist. You can check it out. It's, like I said, it's really good. I listen to at least one video in the morning, one video in the evening, usually, of her reading, just to try to help keep me in the Word. Just like I'll be listening to different Christian music and everything throughout the day. It's just a way to be able to stay positive and keep good things in my mind and in my heart, so that I won't be likely to stray and to do anything that I shouldn't be doing. Anyway, I mean, that's what it takes for me to be able to stay in line, at least it seems. And whatever it takes to be able to stay in line and stay on the right path, I encourage you to do that. And if you have any kind of prayer requests or anything like that, drop your prayer requests in the comment section. And if I see them, or as I see them, I'll pray for you. And if anyone else sees them, then they can pray for you as well. And anyhow, just wanted to say, until next time, God bless you and have a great day. Take it easy.